What's going on? It's time to review another Stephen King horror film. Today we're going to talk about Pet Sematary, the 2019 remake. It was released by Paramount March 16th, 2019. It was produced by Mark Moran, written by Jeff Bundler, and directed by the duo of Kevin Klosh, who actually has done films like in Sanitarium, Jacob's Ladder, the 2019 remake, The Protege, and The Midnight Meat Train, and Dennis Winmere, who also did Bones and All, Blood Creek, Suspiria, the 2018 remake, and The Bigger Splash. So, Pet Sematary, the 2019 remake. Well, this is a remake of the movie Pet Sematary, which was like a late 80s, early 90s Stephen King adaptation film. Now, that's a really good one. I think I might have reviewed it, but if I haven't, I'll definitely review it soon. But yeah, because I definitely got to go back and watch that, because that's a really good, entertaining Stephen King adaptation for film. One of the better ones, anyways. So this is a remake, retelling the same stories and stuff. But yeah, because, well, Stephen King remakes are all the rage, even now. Like 4 years later. So yeah, but this is pre like It remake and stuff like that. But yeah, so Pet Sematary. Well, a family moves from the city to a rural town in like Maine, I think, because that's where most Stephen King stories take place. And yeah, and as they move in, the father learns of a, a pet cemetery that's off in the woods, and yeah, so and then the local old kook basically shows them where to bury it, their dead cat that died, and he buries it, and then realizes that something out there makes it come back to life just a little more weird. So when there's a traumatic death in the family, um, suffering from a lot of grief and stuff, the dad buries the person and resurrects them. And yeah, basically goes on that. It's a really weird love story about dealing with grief and stuff. But yeah, for the rest of this, I'm going to have to probably spoil some of it just so you're aware. But yeah, so that's like the basic easy rundown I can tell you of the story. But yeah, let's get into what's good and bad. Um, so when I first saw this, I thought what they did was actually clever, but now thinking back on it and rewatching it, wasn't really the greatest decision. Yeah, so in the original film, and I think the story too, the brother gets killed and hit by a car or something and dies, and then gets resurrected into a killing, like, weird, evil kid. And then this one, the sister dies instead, which I thought was clever at first to do that. But then once, but it's not as emotionally impactful. This one's kind of been there, done that. And it's the older sister, so it's not as tense or weird or upsetting. It's still like a heart-wrenching moment. Like any kid that dies in the movie is always like heart-wrenching and stuff, and hard on the viewers or audience members and stuff. And yeah, but the way they did it, it was I thought it was amusing, but overall it was kind of unrealistic and just run of the mill, basically. And then after that happens, it's pretty much just your normal creepy jump scare type-ish horror film. They do incorporate the mom's sister scene of where the mom's dealing with the death of her sister because she thinks she caused it, and they have flashbacks because she's like a deformed person, and she has to feed her, and she sent out the dumb raider because she's too scared to go up there, and then the girl falls and dies through that. But I thought that was a creepy scene, especially in a theater. Rewatching it though, I thought it was kind of pointless and a little hokey at times. And for the most part though, this whole film put together, it does have some good merits and some interesting new things that they try to do. But for the most part, it's kind of just a mishmash of stuff. And you could tell they kind of rushed it to put it together and put it out. So it sort of works, but sort of doesn't. I don't hate this by any means. This one I thought was it's an amusing film, just really weird, odd things kind of happen in it, and it's not the best. Like the acting's good, cinematography's pretty good, special effects overall still hold up today, and yeah, so they did put a decent amount of effort into it. It's just for a whole full film, it's just a little clunky, I guess you could say. Clunky, disjointed, and overall, and pretty stereotypical now. So it's not really shocking or anything like that. And but yeah, and I thought the acting was, some of them were good, but some of them were a little questionable. So yeah, overall, I'm gonna give Pet Sematary a 3 out of 5. The 2019 remake, anyways. I don't think it's the worst thing out there, but I know a lot of people hate this one. But I still think it's an amusing film and not too bad. So, and it has some good dark moments to it, and it even takes uh, sort of like, oh, like Wicker Man sort of style imagery with like the kids wear like masks and stuff when they go bury their dead pets and stuff, which is it almost like a ritualistic practice and stuff. And they also hint at the Wendigo creature, like in the original. This one, you get sort of like the glimpse of it stuff, which I like all that stuff added, and adds a little more substance to what they're trying to do. So there's good and bad for it. And overall, I just thought it was an entertaining, decent enough film. So yeah. So what's your thoughts on it? Let me know in the comments, and also make sure, if this sounds like something you're interested in, you want to check it out, I'll either link the trailer if I can find the whole video, or you can watch it for free. You could I'll link that down below. You can check it out down there. But also link down below is my Instagram, where I always post clips of films and review. In the future, all my stories have the film title hashtag and subject on film and the hashtag, so you're aware of it. Also, down below is my Letterbox and DP reviews. That's where I post my first star rating after watching the films. And my Twitter's down there, reviews_Derek. So follow me on those platforms to stay with this channel. Like this video, share it to more people aware of it. Like I said, comment your opinions of the film if you have any down below. And also let me know what your favorite Stephen King film is, if you have one. And also if there's any other Stephen King films, whether it's a remake or an actual original adaptation or whatever, let me know in the comments down below. Or if there's any films or film franchise in any genre that I would hear my opinions on in the future as well, comment those down below. I'll try to manage to get to them as soon as I can, and if I can find them. And don't worry about the streaming services, I'll figure out a way to watch them. And yeah, make sure you subscribe. Hopefully we'll find something weird, obscure, and odd they probably never thought of checking out together. And also share my opinions of popular films that have come out, like this, classic films, and reviews on other things as well. And don't forget to ring that bell, because, well, it's been a long time since I did a non-horror film for a review. And also it's been like at least 6 months or so since I did like a Marvel film review. So I'm going to talk about Thor: Love and Thunder in the next one. So make sure you tune in for that. And yeah, I'll let you know my opinions on that in the next one. So make sure you ring that bell. Watch out for all those regenerated dead kids out there, and I guess I'll see you all in the next review. So until then, cheers.